This week on ACC TV, I'm talking about the 5 simple things that you must do in order to start marketing your small business so people are paying attention, you're showing up in searches, and you're getting attention and attracting new customers, buyers, and leads so that you can turn them into customers. If you're new to the channel, I'm Elisa Connor. I own Elisa Connor Consulting, and for the past 20 years, I've helped small businesses stand out in the marketplace and generate more sales with their marketing without spending their entire life learning new marketing techniques and trying to figure out how to cram marketing into their lives. So if you are new to the channel, stay tuned till the end because I always have a bonus tip and you won't want to miss it. They're usually really good. This week's episode may be seeming a little bit old school, but I've had this question come up quite a bit. And it's, where are the places that I should be focused on and where I should start focusing on with my small business? And what I find there's a lot of small businesses out there that don't have these foundational components set up for their business, and they are missing out on a lot of traffic and also the ability to show up in search results, specifically locally. If you have a local business. And so I just wanted to go through these quick 5-step tactics that you can implement right away, and they're not hard, they're not difficult to do, and they will start to get you some search recognition, and they also show up in places like when people do a Google search for an area. If you're, say, a restaurant, if you have these specific things set up, it's going to set you up for the pathway to success for your online marketing. So let's dive in. What are these 5 things? And the reason this list came about is that I have a client in North Carolina who reached out to me about 1.5 years ago and said, what are the things that I need to do? And I just quickly had a phone call with him and I said, here, do these 5 things. And he did those things and he wrote back and he's like, OMG, my business is just killing it because of what you told me to do. And I said, well, other people really need to hear this list then, because there's a lot of people who are struggling to get sales and they're not getting in front of the right people and they're not getting the attention that they need to get for their business. So they can't turn those people into customers. And so let's just dive into the first one. The first one, it maybe seems so simple, but so many people don't do this. And that is to set up your Google business page. And you can do that by going to google.com and searching for business. Everybody can set up a business page. It's free. It's a great way for you to start showing up in business searches. You can put your address in there. You can put your email, your website, all the things that you want to do for people to get in touch with you. But it's also a great place to plug in little search terms that people would utilize when they're searching for a business or a product or a solution like yours. And you can do that in the description area, and all of those things are searchable. So what's really great about this is if you have a local business, you can put in there the areas that you serve. And that means that if somebody is in your zip code or in the area that you service, you're going to show up in those search rankings. And so the more you draw attention to your brand and your business name, the more that you will become searchable. But a Google business page is a great place to start, and it is free to set up. You don't have to pay for ads to have a Google business page. And it's how Google knows you're in business. So I highly recommend you go over there and you fill out that Google business page so that you can start getting traction in your area of expertise, and so that you can start telling Google that you're out there and they can come and find you. So that's my first tip, is to set up your business page over on Google. The second tip that I have for you is to create a website. And I know people are like, oh, I don't want a website and they cost a lot of money, but there are a lot of options out there. Website technology has become very attainable, whether you're tech savvy or not. Or if you want to become tech savvy, you can set up your own website, or you can pay somebody to set up a website for you. It all depends on what your budget is and where you're at with things. Your website is your marketing hub. And so if you don't have a place that people can come and learn about your business, or that you can post regular content, or that you have a place that is really your home base, you are doing your business and you're doing yourself a disservice. A lot of people set up their home base on social media, and that's a really big mistake, because when you do that, you don't own that property. That is owned by the social media company, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn. which means you don't have control of that. It's just like if you're renting an apartment. You don't have control of what gets fixed by the super or doesn't get fixed. You don't have control over what color the paint is on the inside. You don't have control over any of that stuff. What you control is you pay the rent and you live there. Well, the same is true for any other social media site. You basically are allowed to use this platform for free or pay them for ads to be on their platform and put your information in front of other people. But when they change the rules, which they do regularly, then you are at the mercy of their decision. Whereas if you have a website, you have the opportunity to send them over. They can learn more about you. You can create content, which increases your search rankings. You can have an opt-in over there to get them on your email list, all sorts of things. So setting up that website, no matter how antiquated it is, it doesn't have to be fancy, is a great way for you to become a legitimate business, to start showing what you can do and what you do and how you help people. But also it gives you most importantly, a home base for your business to send people to. So that is tip number 2. And the platforms that I recommend for that, if you are looking for a website platform, is if you are a course creator, I highly recommend you use Kajabi. And I will put the link for Kajabi below this video. It is an all-in-one solution, and it's really a pretty great solution. It has a couple little things that you probably won't even notice until you start to grow a little more. But it includes email. You can, it has a processor for your payments. You can upload your content for your course on there, and you can build a website. It's an all-inclusive product, and you don't have to pay extra for hosting or for your email service provider or any of those things. So course creators, I'd put you over in Kajabi. If you have a physical product or you have a different business and you don't necessarily want to sell courses, you could still use Kajabi. It's actually a great platform for that, but you could also look at either Squarespace or WordPress. WordPress is going to be a little bit more technologically a higher learning curve, but the nice thing about WordPress is that you can go from like just starting out to being a giant company on one platform. You don't have to switch platforms, but there are definitely some downsides to being on WordPress that you have to be aware of. You have to, if you're going to have plugins in there, you have to update them regularly, and you have to know some coding, and it does take some time. There are definitely some themes out there that WordPress runs on, but when you choose a theme, you want to be sure that you know how to update some pages, or you have somebody on your team or that you can go to as a contractor that can help you either with setup or keeping things updated or making updates to your site, because one wrong move and you could take down your whole site inadvertently, and you really don't want to do that because it's a huge time suck. So those are the 3 platforms that I recommend: WordPress for scalability, Squarespace for ease of use, and Kajabi is as an all-in-one solution. So I have links for all of those below, and just choose the one that fits your knowledge base and what you need for your business. But have at least one site or one page set up on your website that talks about who you are, what you do, and starts collecting email addresses. So tip number 3 is to niche down until it hurts. And so you may have heard the saying, the riches are in the niches, and it's true. And especially as online businesses start to evolve and get more prolific on the internet, you have to figure out a way to stand out to your people. And so I really recommend that if you are afraid to niche down and work with a certain group of people, that you do it sooner than later. I'm working on this in my own business and really moving myself towards course creators and consultants. And I'm even going to niche it lower, and it feels a little bit uncomfortable. And I get that, but it's going to help me, and it will also help you stand out to your people, because when you can stand out and start making content, or, offering freebies to a certain group of people, it actually creates conversation and continuity with that group versus I'm trying to help everyone. Now, not to pick on realtors too much, but real estate agents tend to be the people that want to help everyone. And I've worked with many of them. And when you try to get them to niche down, they won't do it. But the ones that have seen the most success that I've worked with as clients that niche down into either a specific community, a specific neighborhood, a specific demographic. I have a client that works specifically with people they only want ranch patio homes. And because they only want ranch patio homes, that is a very specific demographic. It's usually people that are empty nesters or going to be empty nesters, or getting towards the 55, 60, 65 age range because they don't want to do the stairs. And so I can't remember the exact tagline of his business, but it's something like main floor living. Like, he only helps people that are interested in main floor living or one floor living. And so that's a really great way to niche down as a realtor. I have another real estate agent that I've worked with that they specifically target people that are having to go through probate. And so whether that's because they have lost a parent, or they have somebody that has a lot of unresolved things due to divorce or through death or whatever it might be. But targeting that group of people has really helped them stand out as a real estate firm. And it has propelled the other transactions in their business as well. But being known for that one area helped them to gain traction in a really crowded industry. In Colorado right now, there are 36,000 plus real estate agents. So you are competing with all of those people if you can't find a way to stand out. And it is the same for many other industries. By narrowing your audience, you're going to have a really hard time getting traction with your audience. So tip number 3 is to niche down and get really specific, whether that's the area of town that you service, or who you service with your product, or even, the results, the specific people that you get results for. So tip number 4 is to start building your email list early and continue to build it consistently. And then to nurture that list, if you want to know anything about email marketing, I have multiple videos that I will link to in above this, and you can go and check out one of those videos. Specifically, the one that comes to mind is the reasons that you want to build your list in 2021. So I'll link that above. But building your email list is critical because it empowers you to get in front of your audience when you want to, and not wait for them to come to you. When you have the power to get in front of your audience on your time frame, then you have the power to sell to them and nurture them and create conversations with them without having to wait for them to show up to something that you are offering. So creating a freebie and building your email list is tip number 4. And I highly recommend getting on that sooner than later. And then tip number 5 is to pick one social media platform, whether that's YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is, and go all in. Put all of your efforts on that one platform and make sure that that platform is somewhere that your people show up. And so if I go back to the reason that this video is getting created with Sean, he got on YouTube and he just started filming and creating videos about the process that he completes with people for their foundations. And he has grown his YouTube channel to 15,000 or more subscribers in just over a year. And it has helped him gain traction because he went all in on that medium. He didn't try to be on Facebook and all these other places. He knew that the people he wanted to get in front of were on YouTube because they were trying to figure out how to do this on their own. And so being on YouTube for that audience, he has gained traction, and then they realize, oh my gosh, this is so much harder than I thought it was going to be, that then they call and say, hey, Sean, come and take care of this for me, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get this done as quickly or as efficiently as you can do it. And it's just way worth it to pay you. And so between that and the other 4 tips that he implemented in his business, he is killing it. He is able to retire from being a college professor, and he is making more money than he made in any of the other positions that he held prior to this. So he's really, really doing well, and I'm very excited for him. So I promised you a bonus at the end. And so let me recap the 5 tips, and then I'm going to give you that bonus. So number 1 is you want to set up your Google business page, and you want to make sure that you put some SEO search terms in the description for that page. Number 2 is to create a website of any kind so that you have a home base for your website, for your business. And then number 3 is to niche down and to focus on a specific group of people or a specific radius for your business, if you're a local business or whatever that may be. Tip number 4 is to start building your email list sooner and later, and continue building as you go. And then tip number 5 is to pick one social media platform and just go all in on that platform and take it up a level. Your bonus tip is to consistently email your subscribers when you're building your list so that you stay in front of them. And that could easily be, that week's promotion. It could be a job that you just did. It could be a customer testimonial. It could be any kind of information that's going to help you stay top of mind with those people that have joined your list. Because if you aren't staying top of mind when they are in need of what you do, they're not going to remember who you are. People are busy, they are distracted, they have a lot on their plate, and it is our job as business owners to stay in front of them consistently and regularly. So they're like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so, they do this. Whether it is them that needs your product or service or a friend or family member, they're going to remember you. So that's your bonus tip. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love for you to hit the like button and interact, because every interaction counts. I appreciate you tuning in. And if you want to stay notified every time I go release a video, which is typically weekly, hit the subscribe button and you'll make sure to get a notification when my videos go up. And in the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay well, and I will see you next week. Take care.